Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. So over the last couple days I've been uploading videos about some of the major firmware updates we've received for some DJI products, the Action 2, the RC Pro, and the Mavic 3. The Mavic 3 got some significant updates. Now if you're a person who flies the Air 2S or the Mini 2, we got a few little updates as well. Now they're not major updates, but they are some pretty important ones. Now with the Mini 2 and the Air 2S, it's not so much a firmware update, but what they've done is updated the Fly app. It's now version 1.5.8. And I've mentioned this before, when it comes to the Mavic 3, DJI is really trying to make the app a little bit more robust for their flagship drone. And a lot of those new features and enhancements that they're adding could trickle down to the Mini 2 and the Air 2S. We've already seen that with the Expo settings about a month ago. This time around, they've made some changes to the camera settings and how you access some of the Pro settings, and a few other minor graphical tweaks. And again, we're going to benefit from them. So let's go in here and we'll take a look at what's new. Now, the two main things that they've done here is they've changed some of the graphics along here at the top. And that's actually pretty important, because that's one complaint that a lot of people have had over the years, is when you're flying and say the sky is pretty white, a lot of clouds, or it's just an overcast day, it can be very difficult to see some of that white text. Up until this update, there was basically a drop-down shadow to help make it a little bit more visible. And it did work for the most part, but it's still sometimes it could be very difficult to see. I'll show you an example of how it used to be. You can see there we just have a minor shadow around the text. But now with this latest app update, you can see here they actually have outlining right around the whole text. So that does make it quite a bit more visible. I first noticed that when I was flying the Mavic 3 and I was doing a screen recording. I noticed that I could actually see that text quite easily. Here's another sample. I'm just going to blow it up here so you can see just how prevalent it is. You can see the sky is completely white, but you can still read that text nice and easily. And of course, the RC strength, you can see they've changed the graphic a little bit. This is how it used to look here, and this is how it looks now. So just a few minor graphical tweaks, but definitely important. Now the big thing what they've done here is they've changed how you manipulate the camera settings. When you're in auto, everything pretty well stays the same. You know, you get your sliders, you can move around. But you can see here when we switch it over to Pro mode, and we go to change one of our settings, we get this new interface. All our settings are now in one box, and we can easily change them. We can switch over to our settings, and there again, everything is conveniently in one little box. So definitely a little bit more convenient. If there's a few settings you need to change, you don't have to go down and click each one individually. Now, depending on whether you're flying the Mini 2 or something like the Air 2S, what's available in those settings boxes are going to be different. Here's a quick screenshot of what's available with the Air 2S. You can see here we have a lot more we can do. From that same menu box, you can see we can switch from the internal memory to the external memory. We can also change the profile. We can go into D-Log. So a little bit more you can do because there's more features on that drone. Now, as mentioned, these features are available for any drone that makes use of the Fly app. So if you're flying something like the original Mavic Mini, the Mini SE, the original Mavic Air 2, you're going to make use of these new updates as well. Shortly after we got the update, I took both drones out for a quick test flight just to make sure that there was no new bugs introduced, because you know that has happened in the past. I just did one battery in each drone and I didn't find anything out of the ordinary. Everything seemed to work fine. I did a test of return to home, some of the intelligent flight features, and everything seemed to work just fine. So yeah, if you weren't aware, that's the new update for the Mini 2 and the Air 2S. The Air 2S also did get a small firmware update about a week ago. Nothing major was listed in there, it just says bug fixes, but definitely a good idea to grab that at the same time. Well folks, hopefully you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. It's always greatly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.